Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're all doing well. It is Saturday, which is a good thing and a bad thing, I think, because Saturdays are always like busy days. Always busy days. Hello, Baragon Production. How are you? I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just getting set up. I haven't even sent. There we go. Oh, I hate when I do that. Sorry. I apologize. I realized that I had a spelling mistake. So I redid it. Um, Hi, Jaden Meadows. I'm going to leave that up because I am eventually going to need that. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get everything set up. Um, I'm doing good. How are you? That is good. Um, I feel like it's been a rocky week for me. So hopefully this upcoming week, if I can get stuff done today that needs to get done, then maybe I can get myself back on track for next week. That would be super, super cool. Um, Oh, Jade and Meadows, we don't mention our ages. Okay? Just because people. Awesome. I never did football at all. I just assume my reason for not doing ages, I know people can't contact you like they can if you're on Facebook or TikTok or stuff like that, but I like to assume that we're all people. Um, I don't have a problem if you post your age. My moderator is a little bit more sensitive about it. Um, and I don't want, yeah, just easier this way. Oh, and now for the boring stuff. Please keep politics out of my live. She is. I think she's more sensitive to things than I am. She's a little bit more hard nosed. Um, and that's cool. I like that. Okay. So if you're new to my channel, I talk nature stuff. She is good. My phone, for whatever reason, likes to cut um likes to stop posting messages. So I will from time to time glance over at my Chromebook to make sure that it's still doing its job. We are 8 minutes into live. I don't know what that is, Jessica. I have no idea what that is. Today we are talking about the Pied Tamarin. Oh, I don't play Roblox. Nope, not happening. Um, and we are already 9 minutes into live, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Um, this is a tiny animal. Another name for the pied tamarin is barefaced tamarin. They are endemic to Brazil, meaning they are not found outside of the country of Brazil. They live in family groups of up to 15 individuals, and this species has a pretty small range, fairly small. They live around the port city of Manassas. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. I will put it into live. Feel free to answer the Q&A thing that was just posted. Don't forget, if you enjoy this live, to give it a thumbs up. That helps me out. Leave a comment. Do all those things. Share it. I need to get back into here. So I'm one of those people where I don't have, I know it's a little bit controversial for some people, but I like pineapple and either Canadian bacon or ham on my pizza. It's not the only pizza topping I like, but if it's there and I can have it, that'll be my first choice over other toppings. So these guys, these Pied Tamarins, thrive best in old growth forest, but in some areas, they have to make do with severely fragmented bits and pieces of forest. The city shows no sign of slowing its expansion, which means that less and less of the forest, or maybe I should say that more and more of the forest will be chopped to make room for it. They are around 11 to 12 inches long, or 28 to 32 centimeters in length. They do have a tail that is fairly long, 15 to 17 inches long. Now, these guys are not sexually dimorphic. That's a great big word for meaning that if you are a species that is sexually dimorphic, you and your mate look the same. Or wait, no. If you're sexually dimorphic, that means that you do not look the same. However, Pied Tamarins look exactly alike. They, to me, look like gremlins. This is what they look like. If you can see that, they're a pretty tiny, fairly small monkey. They feed on fruits, flowers, tree sap, and gums, which is basically the same thing as tree sap. During the dry season, when it's a little bit harder to find flowers and fruits, they will take to eating insects. I gotta stop saying They will eat they will eat animals like insects, frogs, small lizards, bird eggs, and even chicks. Now, it's important to note that they may even eat animals outside of the dry season. Now, they tend to stay within the canopy, meaning the upper level of the rainforest. These monkeys practice polyandry. Anyway, females will mate with more than one male. What happens is the males don't know who the dad is. That sounds sort of familiar. And that makes them a little bit more willing to take care of the young. They almost always have twins. Twins are the rule, not the exception. The dominant female, and there is a dominant female, produces a pheromone that suppresses the ability of other mature females within the family group from going into estrus. The gestation period is around 195 days, and everyone in the group is responsible for caring for the babies. They need to go on Jerry Springer and get DNA tests. That's funny. Everyone in the group is responsible for caring for the babies. Around 21 days, the twins begin to explore their home. Males almost exclusively are responsible for carrying around the twins. They are weaned around 4 weeks of age. Males will mature around 2 years of age, while females mature around 18 months. Woohoo! WOTB, I agree. Both sexes will disperse to form their own groups. Or join in with another group. Their status is critically endangered. Population is decreasing. I do not have a population count. Now, they are only found in 6 zoos / aquariums within the United States. They are Chattanooga, Lincoln Park, Cleveland, Dallas World Aquarium, Philadelphia, and Toledo. They are in 3 zoos in Germany, 1 in the Netherlands, 2 in Poland, 3 in Sweden, 10 in the United Kingdom, and 8 in Brazil. Now, their main threats are deforestation and habitat fragmentation, but they are also threatened by the pet trade, as well as predation by dogs and cats, as well as electrocution on power lines. So what are we doing to save these guys? Wow, this one needed to be longer. There are protected sections of rainforest in which these animals live. there is a captive breeding program within Brazil. There has also been several educational programs on the Pied Tamarin, and it is the mascot of the city of Manassas. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. So once again, I will put it into the video, or into the live rather. Of course, pineapple. Of course, there is always work to be done. Conservation is never just about captive breeding and releasing. It's way more than that. But that is all I have for you today. So, guys, we need to talk. I think. And what I want to talk about is, well, before we get into that, let's do, just in case you missed it yesterday, our schedule, of course. The upcoming schedule for lives is as follows. Tonight we are doing cotton-headed tamarin. Tuesday we're doing exploring nature ferns and then scouring horsetail. Friday we're doing our garbage and we're talking about composting. And then Saturday we are doing a zoo to do. But what I want to talk to you about is something that is pretty important and not something we talk about too often, at least not on this channel. And that is taking care of yourself. And that can mean different things for different people. We owe it to ourselves to take care of ourselves. And that isn't just getting up in the morning, brushing your teeth, taking vitamins, exercising. It's way more than that. It's also about mental health. And mental health so often is not talked about. And it needs to be. Taking care of yourself mentally is just as important as taking care of yourself physically. You will notice when I'm slacking in my mental health, when I'm not feeling my best about myself. That is when a lot of times you will see gaps in videos not being posted. You might see I'm a little bit more irritable in lives. I try not to be. It's something I'm working on. I think I'm doing better than I used to be. But if you are feeling under the weather, if you don't feel like things matter, talk to somebody. I don't care if it's your mom and dad, your aunt or uncle, brother, sister, a teacher, guidance counselor, clergy. Talk to somebody. Get a journal. It can be something like this. It can be a notebook. It can be a file on your computer. I personally don't like using my computer for that. I just think we need to. You want it in something that you can take with you if need be. Journaling is something that you can keep. It doesn't have to be, oh, today I felt bad about myself and I don't want to talk to anybody. I recommend at the end of the day, and it can be hard, finding 5 things, just 5 things that were good about today. And those 5 things, it could be, hey, I made a new friend. I had dinner. I had quiet time. I went outside and picked some flowers. I came into live and had a great time in live. It could be that simple. No, nothing happened. I don't know, I felt like it's not something we talked about that often. And we need to. It is human meat. No, I'm not vegan. I have no reason to be vegan. We numerator, you're going to end up being removed from my live or reported, one or the other. I don't know, because that's creepy. And I'm sure you're doing it for shock value. I'm assuming the reason that your message, you know what, I'm not even going to talk about it. You know what you did, you know what you typed, and there's possible consequences. One of the things that happens a lot with content creators is we get a lot of really good comments, but every once in a while we get a troll who somehow gets under our skin, and we allow that comment to eat at us, to knock us down. If you want to be a YouTuber at any point in your life, if you don't have... Somebody's at my door. Hold on. I'm sure it's a kid. I'll be right back. Sorry. Sorry, my nieces and nephews showed up wanting ice cream. But I don't do ice cream. That's a grandma thing, or a great grandma thing. So they got candy instead. Hmm. My phone says there's one person. Now it says there's 4 people. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I will get off my soapbox. I have to watch my phone because I have to record after live. I have to do shorts. I don't think he is. I don't remember changing that. Anyway, you guys have a chance to ask me questions or not, because I've been talking super a lot, and it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to do that. I am willing to talk to you. I know I've been told not everybody does that. Not every YouTuber does that. So if that is something that you like, then I'm the place for you. If you like nature, this is the place for you. Just a word of caution for those of you who might be listening. This is not the place to come if you're a troll. You will not be happy. I feel like I'm talking to air. So I'm anticipating another week of subscriber choice videos. If you don't know what those are, that is when I take your ideas and I turn them into videos. So excited about that. Videos that are coming up this week include some really good stuff, I think. Come on. There it goes. 425 pages of video scripts. So this week we are doing dolphins as tool users. That was suggested by Cook. Parasites that make snail eyes go nuts was suggested by Chelsea. American Lotus by Canicrow. Brazilian Pepper Tree by D-Man. Long-Tailed Tit by Chelsea. Leaf Slug by Chelsea. And Spiny Dogfish by Carry Me Through. So those are the videos that are upcoming. We've already done the lives upcoming. There may be a possibility of a couple surprise lives, but they will probably be, I would expect, Monday or Thursday. If I do them. But I think right now, since it's just me and Carry Me Through at the moment, I'm gonna go and do something. So I will talk to you later. Goodbye, everybody.